Actually, we have one challenge, to be honest. If kids get like an ice cream, you tell them that there's an edible spoon, then the first spoon is gone before they had the ice cream. So there might be also like a second one, otherwise the ice cream they can't eat. Hi, I'm Stefan Bayerle from Germany. I'm working for Frenvi GmbH as a COO. We were founded 2020. We are Indo-German company, and we have a manufacturing in Bangalore and in Germany, Mannheim.
Okay, and what does Frenvi do? What does Frenvi make?
Well, actually, we are a purpose bakery. We are working on edible cups, edible cutlery, and upcycling projects for fibers from the food and beverage industry. And we have developed these cups, which you can eat, last more than 60 minutes with a coffee. We have edible cutlery in all kind of versions, let's say, for ice cream, for soups, for bowls, or as porky for salads. And then we developed also like fibers from upcycled spent grain, high protein, high fiber. This is what we do.
Right, and why is this becoming necessary now, the edible cutlery?
Actually, there's a single-use plastic ban in Europe, which was implemented, I think, 2021. There might be also like a paper cup forbidden in Germany too, so that this would be the only way to do single-use instead of multi-use. And there's different applications where single-use just makes sense.
Mm-hmm. And do people actually eat them, or is it more like if you want to eat it, you can eat it, otherwise you can just compost it?
Actually, we have one challenge, to be honest. If kids get like an ice cream, you tell them that there's an edible spoon, then the first spoon is gone before they had the ice cream. So there might be also like a second one, otherwise the ice cream they can't eat. So actually it's a vanilla cookie or like a chocolate cookie or whatever we need, as a flavor. It's soft to eat, but it's also stable. This is like the complexity we have in production too. Mm-hmm. But we solved it with an own technology. It's a thermocompression technology, which we have in India, but now also in Germany.
Okay, so you manufacture both in India and in Germany?
Yeah, parts of the portfolio is produced in both manufacturing sites, and some only in India or Germany. For example, the cups will be only produced right now in Germany.
Okay. How easy is it to transport these edible cutleries?
Well, actually, breakage is an issue in the whole cookie industry. So this is what we face too. For the edible cups was challenging, and we did a lot of studies. Now we found like a solution which we don't open up now, but if somebody orders, he will see, and we reduce actually breakage to a minimum.
Okay.
I would even say below 5%. This is what we did. And but in general, it's a challenge, of course, especially when you ship by DHL or whatever, like small packages.
And right now, where are the products being used?
Well, actually, the edible cutlery and the cups, they are used in the HoReCa segment, for example, in stadiums for big events. So we have some soccer clubs in Germany. We started to use our cutlery and also like the cups from May in their stadium. There you don't need to, handling is like one issue with multi-use. Hygiene factors is also one problem with huge crowds. This is what we solve. Mm-hmm. And the customer at the end, when he drinks his coffee, he can eat and has a cookie. So this is the nice way for this. Cutlery, ice cream segments is very important also. This is what we mainly target. And in view of the crackers, it's retail. Simply retail. It's a mainstream product, mm-hmm. but better, let's say better health-wise, but also like in view of environment. And with the same taste. So per ton cracker we save up to 500 kg carbon.
Oh, okay.
This is when we use the beer spent. And normally it's thrown away or it's animal food, so we reintegrate it into the production process. This is the secret.
Oh, okay. So you can potentially take the leftover waste, I don't know what to call it now, and then reuse it either as animal feed or back into making something else?
Yeah, well, actually, normally they use it for biogas or stuff like this.
Okay,
you know.
okay.
But actually, it's a primary ingredient. It's actually barley fiber, high fiber for the crackers, and it's only wet. You know, there's a moisture content of 80-85%. So we don't dry it down and then use it. We integrate it as wet material. So there's like a short time frame for it also, but we manage it. And you know, it's better to use it and to save resources. This was our concept.
Right.
It's also a bit cheaper. I mean, this is the other secret. It's cheaper than, let's say, wheat flour. So there's also, on the cost side, there's also like an effect. So a win-win situation in several perspectives.
Right. So could you potentially make the cups and the spoons with other materials, like other grains?
We also tested like as a garden compostable versions, you know. This is also possible, also with fibers. Let's say it's not spent, we could use spent grain and then compost it, but actually it's too valuable for us. We would use something like tea fiber we made from industrial extraction processes, tea fiber. This is hard to eat as a human. And then we also made cups of it. But at the end, you know, we think that the edible cup concept is more valuable also in the business.
Right. From a consumer, for consumers, how have they received it? Because there's always a period of, you know, resistance when something new comes out, like when we switch from plastic straws to paper straws.
Yeah, actually B2C, when we explain the concept and the story, you know, it's never a problem. They always like it. If we participated in few awards, we kind of always won with the story. So it's actually it's easy to sell to private customers. It's more about the B2B purchases, which are a bit tough to beat, let's say, when they explain their concept, because they don't want to change the processes. You know, when you talk about like edible stuff, there's also a hygiene factor in it. You know, storing is one topic, you know, etc. And they have worked in their process for the last 5, 10, 15 years. They don't want to change.
Right.
You know? So it's more the challenge for us is more to explain it to B2B customers, make them understand how they need to change their processes, and then it works.
Okay. And are there any things that you have to be really careful about from a hygiene perspective, because hygiene and food safety, because at the end of the day it is a foodstuff?
Yeah, well, actually it's sealed, you know, so even warehousing is not an issue. No, heat is not an issue. Shelf life for the edible stuff, for the crackers, and we have 12 to 18 months. So there's even like a long shelf life. Actually, it's not an issue. You know, it's more about changing the processes, you know, in the industry.
Right. And finally, would you make a straw? Do you have a straw version of this?
Actually, we made one and we tested, and it works. It's more like from a cost point of view, you know, it's let's say 3 times more expensive than garden compostable straws we also have from Rice brand. But actually, it's possible, and is in the kids area, I would say it would be like a benefit.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.